So Heidi, phase one was laying the foundation. Phase two is launching an initiative. And can you elaborate a bit and maybe give people some tips as to what we do in this phase?
Launching is an apt word, I think, because it's like propulsion. It's like taking off. And I think you want to take off with success. And you want a wonderful trajectory for your work, so that when you take off, you land someplace that you can go to the next level, as opposed to just sputtering there on the docket. I think for launching, I think the best tip I can give you is the laying the foundation, but to look at various ways you'll introduce the mapping program to various people. And for me, the key has always been that there's a leadership cadre. I've written about this for a long time in each school site, because mapping occurs best at the building level, and that districts, if those of you who are in public education or in school districts, can orchestrate the collaboration and communication between buildings, but it's the building where this work occurs best, and that each building should have a leadership council or core that's investigating what will work in that building. I've written about differentiated staff development. I feel very strongly about it, but I also believe in differentiated building development, that buildings might proceed in different ways. So the launch might look different in different buildings. The launch might be, we differentiate the staff instead of one big massive assembly, professional development day with 1,000 people in a room and a keynoter like yours truly. That might not be the best way to start. It might be better, as your tent planning team considers this, to introduce it in smaller subsets and to begin to investigate and show and describe and share your investigations rather on why you're doing it, what it will look like, people seeing the software, learning some of the basics, and consider launching in a way that also asks people to have a worthwhile goal. So if you were to say, we're going to start mapping on the elementary level in one discipline, which I think makes sense to start, say we choose math because our kids need us to, we might say, we are going to begin mapping. We've investigated it. We're going to start mapping the first month or two. We're going to take a look at each other's maps, make sure they're a good quality, and then we'll continue on. And on the calendar, we're going to mark some review dates. Similarly, on a secondary level, it might be one course in each department. We're going to take a look in the first 6 weeks or so to make sure the maps are a good quality. We're going to have some dates where we're going to deliberately examine them to see if we work with our standards or match them. I think to launch, you need to do less is more, that axiom. Good quality beginning, short-term goals, long-term vision. I think that's the best way to start. Quality is everything. You want to make sure everybody has a good map to begin with in that regard.